Almost Mr. 10. Where are you guys? It's like I'm not being consistent. Welcome to the live. We are here. Don't see anybody as it, but I'm still expecting persons will show up somehow. And will not allow me to sit here by myself. They will not allow me to sit here by myself, so they will still show up. And let us talk a little about donating. Hi, welcome to the live. Guys, when you come on, I implore you to like up the live, touch the thumbs up button to show that you're liking it. And we don't charge persons to like the live. You just like the live, touch the thumbs up button, and allow yourself to be comfortable. We're in the first 2 minutes of our program or show, and I'm hoping that persons will just come by and talk about their experiences about donating to their alma mater, right? Some persons doesn't give no form of donation. So even though they have been through the institution and they're out and they're working and they were motivated and taught there, they leave, they never return, they never give a contribution towards anything, right? And it's important, it's necessary, and it's motivating that you're recognizing the institution for its work, that it has made you into a very productive person. So you don't just go through the walls and leave without giving some recognition. And most times donating to our alma mater is so important that it encourages and widens and help to promote other persons to want to support that institution. So we can't just be selfish. Hi, welcome to the live. We have to reach out. We have everybody have their alma mater. Once you go to school or college, you can give back something. Hi, welcome to the live, guys. Happy to have you. Even though some of you may be passing, Auntie D is still happy to have you, right? So it is a beauty, and it is so heartwarming when persons go back to their alma maters and give some form of contribution. Maybe they don't have the cash to give, but they can donate some, maybe furniture, or give their time. Right? Maybe they would have had the time, so they can give up some time to support the institution, because it's all towards improving the institution to make more persons attend and help this institution to put out more qualified persons. Because if others before you had not done anything, it would have just been there. Maybe you wouldn't even choose to go there. Maybe it would have been out of existence. So it's always good, I think. Hi, Garner of Time. Gamer of Time. Oh, I didn't say it wrong. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the live. Happy to have you. How was your day today? Did you have a great day? Did everything goes well for what you had planned the day for? Okay. So, were you at any time able to give back something to your alma mater? Whatever, you don't have to tell me specifically, but have you ever thought of giving back? If maybe you have not done it as yet, but have you ever thought of giving back something? Oh, you have to go to bed. Oh. Bye. Have a good night. Rest well. I'm sorry I come on so late. I'm really sorry. And you have to go to school in the morning. We'll see another time, gamer of time. Yeah. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So it's good that persons are able to give back. And it's important to give back, right? It's important, right? It publicizes the institution, and those who are attending comes to recognize sometimes some very important persons attend those institutions and they go unrecognized because they didn't give any form of, contribution towards enabling the institution to move to another level. Barbara, hi Babs, how are you doing? I've not seen you in a while. How was your day, Babs? Well, my day went well. It was relatively a good day. It was a beautiful day. It was not too cold or it was warm enough. It was in the 50s. It was in the 50s, but I still appreciate the day. How was your day? Was your day good? Did you have a great? Oh, you say you had a great day. Okay. As you see, we're talking about. I just come on not very long, less than 10 minutes now. I want to talk a little about giving back to alma maters. Persons most times don't give back anything. You have some people that are definitely mean, but some don't have it, right? So they're not able to give back any form of contribution. But sometimes they may not have the cash. You may be far away from the institution, so you're not able to even go and give your time. Maybe you can give a couple hours per week or per month or so, but because you're so far away, so it's always best at times to give some form of cash donation or some fund, set up a fund or something like that, right? But to do to do that, you have to do it an individual, or if you have a group of persons. Yeah, oh, you were higher than me, man. Mine was about 50, about 50, close to that, close to it, about 55 or so. But it was warm enough, so manageable. But in the evening, it was getting a little bit, stinging. Not too hard. I don't know what it is like now because I have not been back outside since I returned about 6:30. But I would still say it was a great day, a wonderful day. So as I was saying, sometimes you have groups of persons who come together and some form an association and some will just share their ideas and they go as a little group and give some form of contribution towards the institution. In whichever way, it is always good because some institutions are privately run and some are managed by government, right? So, and whether it's private or government, they will always be needing more cash to care. So, with that problem now, because they have to have cash to care and they maybe want to expand into doing other programs, utilize other programs within the facility. Maybe the space is limited. Maybe they need more equipment. Maybe they need more persons to deliver the lessons, to lecture. Quite a number of things, right? If it's in some form of beautification, maybe the place needs painting, needs some refurbishing. So in whatever way, I would suggest that persons try to give a contribution towards the alma maters. Not just for publicity, yes, because what if you have gone there and you end up being a doctor, whether you get a PhD or a medical doctor or whatever, and you're giving a contribution, yes, it's going to be known all over the place. So whether it is known or it is silent, the fact that something is given, that's what is important to me. I don't know what you think, guys. Persons keep passing in and out, so they don't stay sometimes, so I keep have to repeat myself. Right? So people need to, the more you give, the more you get. If persons come together and make a contribution to an institution, especially alma mater, that they see sometimes they are in need, They're really in need. Most time they need some refurbishing and they need some extension. And they may need some equipment that are very expensive. They have to do fundraising and all of that. You could probably do something to help and uplift. I hope I'm not speaking to persons who think that it's important to give only to alma maters. But when I say alma mater this evening, I just want to focus on how when I look back and hear persons talk about different, places where they have gone to study, and from they have graduated, they have never looked back, never. Some are far away from the institution, and they never call to say hi. How are things going there now? They don't keep in touch with anybody who have gone to the same institution. They are just in a world to themselves. I don't think that is good for society or development of an individual. I don't think so. The Bible says more blessed to give than to receive. So if especially when the institution is lacking, everybody went there and study and they move on, and the institution becomes so run down now that persons choose to go elsewhere now. Nobody of quality goes there anymore, so they go elsewhere. What happens next? The next thing you hear is that the place is closed. The institution is closed. And for a number of reasons why they'll be closed. Right? Number of reasons. Right? So it's always best. So as to keep it going and flowing, and persons who may not be, for example, not everybody can travel to a faraway country to get a student visa to study. They may have to very well do it in their own country of birth. But some are fortunate to go elsewhere and study. Right? So just think of those who are not able to leave the land of their birth, and they need some good training. But because persons have moved on and chose not to look back, chose not to assist, because they have reached at a level way up. You have some people when they move up in life, they don't remember where they're coming from, They don't remember. They don't look back. They don't want to be reminded. They would have, it's like they have reached now, so they don't want to be reminded of their past. Maybe their past was bad, bitter, or something, but the past helps, to me, your past helps to shape you. And if it helps to shape you, then you should help to shape somebody's past as well. You should be able to. Right? You should be able to. But people are different. People become successful and then they migrate. So migration has a lot to do with some person not giving back. But I still think at some point in time, before retirement, because if you wait until you retire to do everything, it's not going to be possible. Because when a person retires, they are trying to utilize their investment and savings. They don't really want to go in it to give anything away to anybody, because they don't know how long they are going to live. They don't know what expenses they are going to incur during their later years of retirement. So they don't really want to go and trouble those investment. But while you're healthy and you're working, no matter how small, they can give a contribution. Maybe they can buy a set of computers. Or if it's only one you can buy one and take it there. It's like J-Bod! J-Bod! Oh my God! J-Bod! I'm happy to have you on my live. Happy to... J-Bod, I always come on your live, up to when you're cooking the soup for your dad. I'm happy to have you. I feel so good. How was your day? Were you cooking today? What did you cook today, J-Bod? Because if you know how long I've been following you, and you bake gizzard, I've followed you from you about working on your house. Until now, just since Sunday, up to Sunday, I watched. When you put on that sumptuous pot of soup for your dad. And you show you cook for your small family. What was it again? Oxtail. Dominic, how are you doing? It looks like I got out the hospital early. Well, I'm happy you're out. So it means that you're good in good hands and you're feeling much better. You're giving me a lot of smiling faces. So maybe it was good that you were in the hospital. J-Bod, I'm so happy to have you, even if you're passing by. J-Bod, what a surprise. I am so pleased. J Bud the Baker. Guys, you can support J Bud. You can look him up. Oh, you're buying some steel and removing something. See, think up on me thing now. So everything you do, you're checking in. I know you're not going to be long, you're a busy man. But I watch you, cook and feed the people, the elderly in the community, less fortunate. You're doing a wonderful job. A very wonderful job. And I admire you. Right? And I follow. I say, and I look at the man cooking. Every cook you cook, me watch you. Everything you do most, I watch you. Julapan, how are you doing, Julapan? How are you doing? I'm happy to have you. How was your day during Julapan? I know you told them you soon go to bed. I'm sorry. Hi, Liam G. Hey, how are you doing? Liam, I went on your live, but I'm not sure on your channel. But I'm not sure if I was correct. Still, you're good. Okay, I'm happy to have you on. Happy to have you. And have you been able to check back on your alma mater? Have you given anything, any donation? Have you done anything for your former school or college or university, wherever you had gone to study? That's why we say some persons do give back. They give a donation. Some give their time. Some give cash. Some may buy some instrument. Some may buy some devices. You know, they give something so as the program of the institution can continue. I'm happy for you guys that pop in. I'm really happy. I'm doing well, Japan. I'm doing well. The evening right now is very nice. Nice weather we had today. Not too cold. Warm enough to make you feel like you're in a warm climate. But later down towards the weekend, we're going to be getting back some rain. We got a lot of rain yesterday. It was very cold. But Liam, what have you been able to do any form of donation to your alma mater? Have you been able to? Have you ever thought about it? It would have been a great idea. You don't have to do something very big, but before you do anything of that sort to give back, you can call up the institution. Or if you can drive over there, but call them before and remind them, because maybe after you leave, you did not try to communicate with anybody, so they would not readily know that you had attended, and you talk with them. And if it's even one book or a set of books, something that you can buy at the store, you tell them that you take it, or if you can afford to give them cash, give them on the camera and put it on your video or something that you're doing something in your community post, right? Sometimes we have to help the less, I don't want to say less fortunate, but persons who may have been struggling to achieve, and or maybe send a case of there are so many things. You just ask and tell them what you can afford, or sometimes to me, I've seen most persons give donation. They give the cash, give a check, because this institution knows what era best, right? That they can put it towards to help to do something great, right? They know the best way to do that, and that also will help. Right? Help to improve the learning, help to improve attendance at the institution. So they will always say, past students normally come back and contribute. So those who are attending will develop the same attitude of wanting to give back. Right? It is always wise and good to me to give back. Give back to your institution. Give something back to your alma mater. Or alma mater. You may say alma mater. Wow, Barbara, that is so wonderful. I remember you told me some time ago. That's a great venture. Whatever you make from it, that is great. You give it because maybe that school probably needs something. They would really appreciate it. I remember I heard they had a feeding program there where persons to come in early and have breakfast, right? Because you see, when these institutions reach a certain time, even when government is funding them, we find that the funding is lessened. So they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to stretch it. So they always try to have they do some fundraising, but sometimes the fundraising becomes so frustrating because it's the same people, the same parents, the same children they look to do these things. So when you have some others who have gone through the institution and they are away, and some of them are in good jobs, some would have passed on, yes, but some don't really even they only speak that they have gone to that institution when they are with their friends talking. But they cannot even give an up to date argument of where the level the institution is at the very moment when they are speaking. Because they don't know. They cut off. As I say, some people move. You won't be able to all live within the same community of the institution, whether it's in the parish or the country. But most persons, for a better life, migrate. So when you go back into the same community or country that you're here from, you'll find that you may not even see 5 persons. And sometimes the few that you saw, they may look so depressing and unhappy. Maybe life was not worth it for them. They didn't get an opportunity to move on sensibly. So it's like they are stuck with so many children. So you don't want to see those persons anymore because they feel that you don't want to be reminded, you know. But still, there are persons there now who utilize it. I see that school, the primary school, is like an elementary school here. And if you are able to assist with something like a feeding program, right? Can you imagine? All went to the different high schools. Look at 1974 to now. It's about how many years? 84. 94. It's about 50 years, right? If I'm not wrong, if I check right. Can you imagine? Would have gone to primary school or elementary school left 50 years ago. Look how many persons would have come after 50 years after we left, right? So, and things were much cheaper then, but it was still difficult also. Because they would normally have different fundraising events to assist. But it's more difficult now because money is tight. Budget is tight. So you get a little bit, you have to stretch it far. Thank you for the heart, guys. Thank you for the heart. And budget is tight, so you have to stretch it. You have to stretch it. So we have to remember our alma mater. And it's best to me to remember where we were first taught, or the first one, because you may not be able to find, depending on your level of income, you may not be able to assist greatly with a university level, because when you can give a couple thousand, like a 10, 20,000 to an elementary or primary school to do something towards maybe the feeding program or so, giving that to a university is like not even buying a good set of, I don't know, maybe might just buy a few things of paint to paint up some of the dorms, maybe not all the dorms. But there are so many things to be done, right? It's a much more larger place. Refurbishing have to be done constantly. Fittings have to be replaced and a lot of things. Whereas in the smaller community, you find that it's more close knitted. So you're all from within the same space. So everybody know everybody. So you're going home from school, that's the initial stage of your education. You can stop at somebody's yard and our house and get some water, get some mango from the trees, or get some apples there, or a piece of cane there. But when you start out at a university level, no, you're at a certain level. No. Yes. Yes, I'm 51 long years. Yes, thank you so much. I was saying 50, 51 long years. Half a century we have left elementary or primary level. Half of a century. And most of us are 63 to 64. And when we were kids and we hear our parents thought that they left school so many, and we check it so many years ago. Can you imagine now? No, I give him time out. I give him time out, Liam G. He has been too disruptive. So he can cool off a little bit. Stop motion wants to run things. You can run things here, so you understand? So that's my thought on it. I'm just wondering, Liam, what do you have to say about it? What do you want to say about giving to your alma mater? Have you ever thought of giving back to your elementary school or whatever? I'm not thinking of the university level. Have you ever thought of it? Are you going to think about it now that you're going to make it be a pledge so you can give a contribution later this year? They would appreciate it. Or maybe, is it that maybe the school, the institution was a wealthy place? And if they're wealthy, they'd appreciate something just the same, even your presence. Maybe you could go and be a speaker addressing the school body and something that you think is beneficial to them. Even those things are nice, remembering our alma maters. Guys, I made a cornmeal pudding this evening, and believe me, if I'm not careful, I would finish eating off it, and I like it warm. It was just so sumptuous and tasty. I just wanted something a little, not too sweet. I like cornmeal pudding with a little slush on the top. So just to let me treat myself to something before. Some days you don't want too much in your diet. Yeah, it's very good. And I don't know. Yes, some of them are there and some would have passed on, right? It's kind of sad though. But look at a teacher who had taught you in your early years of life. First, say when you're about say 7 to 12, and the teacher is still alive. Can you imagine? It's God's blessing because many persons have died since within the past 51 years that we have known. Many persons have passed on. So it's good that the group, Barbara, is able to make a significant contribution. So you say it will be in July. Okay, in the summer. It will be a big splashdown up there. So where are they going to have it? Are they going to have it at the school? Or they are going to keep it at a different venue? Maybe the school would not. I don't think the school has this space. I know they used to have like a narrow road to go to the school. Maybe, you couldn't do it at the school. You could go and have it at one of those nice venues, maybe at Global Villa, because West Palm not saying anything anymore, so it's at a Global Villa. And if it was Long Acres was in operation, there would have been I don't know why that place just ran on. Over there would have been so great to have it. Your first basic school teacher? Can you imagine? You have to go and look for that lady. But she must be very old though, right? Because at that age, because basic school teachers, you wonder how some of them live so long having to deal with so many little babies during those times of teaching. And they were so devoted, they never want to go to any other school other than within the basic school, within their, and they were not even being paid much, When I happened to meet some of them, they were not really given anything much. It was like a community school, and they had a love for the children, so they take the time to help them. But people are not so interested in it much now because the monetary reward is not there, and they are frustrated. They are frustrated with it all, so they tend to just hop in and hop out. hop in and hop out. But it's good that somebody has to take up the mantle. Somebody has to take up the mantle and take it around. Take it around. And the reason why I end up into that field too is because of some of those same types of teachers that I had in my early years. And when I went in and I was hoping to deliver, I was sort of reflecting on them. But I realized it's a different set of generation that they don't really appreciate much. It's like the teaching profession is not so widely accepted like some time ago. More focus is on the technological age. So it's like the teacher's role is slowly drifting, if I may say, because you can teach from home. They have the device, they can do what they want to do on AI, and the lesson will be done. So it's a way of bypassing the actual teacher presence. And it was so noticeable when we had COVID in 2020, and you find that only some persons were able to gravitate because they're accustomed to having that face-to-face interaction with their teachers. And some persons, they just come and just the idea of being in a classroom where they can get a little attention from their teacher, because at home they don't really get anything much. They don't really get much attention. They don't get much attention, so they look forward. I used to like my teachers. I used to like them. And when you're going to school, it is, boy, you're going to school in the morning, you pick some flowers and take it to the teacher. And you feel so nice. Okay. Wonder if I know her name. Anyway, I can ask her. Yes, Grand Palladium is a grand place to have it. It will be nice. That space is great. She's 80, she's 83 and doing wonderful. Yeah, yes, and she's living in New York. Okay. Yeah, man, I forget that Grand Palladium is there. I was saying about Global Villa. Grand Palladium is better. And persons could come and even spend some time there too. Maybe you check it out and you can get a package. You know, if you do it as a group within time, because during the summer period, it's always a slow period. So maybe if you could get a package, persons could just book in as a group and then they get a little discount. I think you're going to have a wonderful full function. July should be an interesting month because it's a time persons will be planning for it then, because they have had enough time and they could deliver. Okay, I don't know her. I don't know her. I never hearing about her. I may have seen her, but I would not can't place her at all. Yeah, so that's how it goes, my dear. We have to give back and let the others who are coming after regard that they too have a role to play. So they have to give back in order to keep it going, keep it rolling. But can you imagine 51 years? Yeah, and within this space of 51, I'm wondering how many would have. Okay, all right. Oh, really? Yes. I wonder how many persons would have known her because she would have, I mean, the timing and so forth. The timing where somebody would say 51 years lapse in between, so many persons have left within those 51 years. I wonder how many persons went back or even tried to give back, give a donation, give something towards some program there. That's 51 groups, not 51 groups of persons. The 51 group, the first of the 51, and those that were before your group, so many years before. Because I remember I was watching a funeral in Lucy Sunday, and they said they were talking about Teacher Shaw, and I'd come and say, oh, I remember when they said this man at the school, he died many passed on many years ago, I don't know. I kept hearing the name. Even to go up to the road, the name Brissett up teacher and the house, teacher Shaw house and whatever, whatever. And I think he had a done something, but you know, persons have moved on, so they are way out of the community now. They are gone. So and sometimes when the people migrate, it's so sad. It's like it's a new era now coming because the family passed on. They have migrated. Nobody's around. The house is gone into derelict. Nobody's around to do anything. The name is gone out. So I say, oh, some people they were living over there. Everybody's gone. Migrate to elsewhere. But even when they migrate elsewhere, they can still call up the school, you know. And when they do, well, I just want to think that it happened. When they do visit the country or wherever, they try put out a little effort with a little package. I'm hoping that they would have done that and stop by the school and give a contribution. Because some people don't like to be highlighted with too many things. You know? They don't so not everybody like too much publicity. They just like to do some people like to do things quietly. Some people believe like whatever they write and do, the left hand must not know. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. So even that too we have to take into consideration. And as I saw where a school was burnt in St. Elizabeth, a primary school they're preparing for PEP exam last week or this week. Somehow PEP exam is supposed to happen sometime last week. And a few days before the exam, the school was literally burned down. So, those children have nowhere to go. So they have to find a place to put them now because they have to do the exam. In St. Elizabeth, I don't know the exact community, but it was in St. Elizabeth. And I saw in the paper today where that's what spurs me to speak about the donating to Alma Mater, where the Usain Bolt, former world athletic champion, he donated some money, I think it's 2 million or so, to his alma mater, which was high school in Trelawney. Right, so it is always good to give back. Give back something to our community. By so doing, we are multiplying the blessing. Everybody come and give, multiply. But some people, they're not able to give back. So it's, it's gone. It's all out. Yes, Barbara, I'm happy that you're able to join. I've not seen you in a long while. And I know that you'll soon be running off because I know you have a hectic day tomorrow. Likewise myself. But I'm happy and I wish you all that's good for your function and that it will come off well and personally support it. And I think July is the best time to have it. The other time in the year, to me, person may set their vacation for a certain time, but I think July is the best time because we know that August tends to be hurricane, although July is a sort of hurricane period too. But August to back to November. But the seasons have been changing, so anything is possible anytime. So with God's blessings, it will. But guys, you have not even been only one person like the live. Give me a thumbs up for the live. Oh my. And because I was not begging all evening, sometimes I really beg, but I forget to beg. So because I forget to beg, person didn't really, only one person, the person that came on first, really give me a thumbs up. But I got some heart and some roses, but it could have been a little better. Don't guys, you could have touched it up a little better, make it more interesting. It's that you're not happy, talk about your alma maters, but it's not everybody can give. I'm not going to say that everybody can. Everybody have different expenses. But you can come together as a group. This one call that one and make a little plan. Because I didn't know that Barbara was planning one. Oh, you need to go get some rest. You're going to work tomorrow. I didn't even, it's been a while I haven't spoken to you because I see since the daylight saving time, Barbara, I have been, it makes me tired. I don't think I like it this time. I think I like the one in the fall. It makes me tired, but hey, again, I realize you had gone, Liam. You didn't tell me about your alma mater. Did you go to get some ideas to tell us now, or you didn't have anything to say? I'm encouraging you to do something for your alma mater, though. No matter how simple, call up your school and talk with them. Or is it that you're shy? You don't want them to think that you're rich, but you can just even call. But maybe you have left a long time, so it is kind of hard. No, maybe you don't even know those persons that are there. So again, it makes it a little more difficult. But if you think about it, along with some other friends who have gone there with you, maybe, you know, it could be a good idea. When you have your children, you're going to tell them about your days at your alma mater. And you would have to take them there if possible and show them, or have pictures to show them. Yes, the evening is fine, but the morning, it's like you're flagged out. You're flagged out. You're flagged out. So what those faces mean now? Are you going to check it out and see how best you can? You and your friends can come together and set up a little thing. Maybe come together and give a little purse. So you may not be able to go all out. And these days, people hard pressed for cash, because quite a number of persons are out of jobs. So they're trying to save as much, So just like how you're saving, the government is saving too. Everybody is trying to cut back on their spending power so they can have a little in their reserve. Because it's hard, when people see you working and then when you're out of a job, you don't have any money to buy anything. You can't pay your bills. You become homeless, and being homeless is not nice. Not nice at all. So when a person is not able to do, they don't have to strain to any limit to push themselves overboard. I have to do. No, you're not able to. You're just not able to, right? But when you're able to, you do. That's how I see it. You do it. I remember when I was going to school, I went by my the high school that I went, and well, when I go there, something I feel so strange because those teachers that you knew, they are not there anymore. There are younger teachers there. The place look different, and nobody really pay you much mind. And you're trying to have a little conversation. It's just so different. You feel out of place. You feel lost. So I guess that's why when a person leave an institution, they don't go back. Because like, what are you doing here? That sort of thing. So some people rightfully, they don't go back. Some don't even call to find out to find out how the institution is getting on. Maybe they didn't treat them well there neither. Maybe some teachers were there that were not nice. So they want to forget about them. So they don't call the school. They see the teachers and they won't even look at the teachers. They hold their head straight. They remember what those teachers had done to them. So while they were there, they were anxious to get out of the institution for good. So they don't have to go back. I've heard persons say that too. Even persons who go to college, they are just dying to write the last paper because they don't want to come back. They don't want to have to even look at the persons that were there. That's how it was. But, you do your part and you move on. You give thanks that you went and you get your education, and you give your parents thanks too for sending you there, because maybe at that time that's where they could have sent you, right? Mm-hmm. So guys, I'm going to allow you to. Okay. Yes, I was about to say that too. Yes, have a good night, Barbara. Have a good night. Thanks for making it on the live. I appreciate it. I was gonna call you sometime down in the month, but sometimes I put my plans and they never work. Okay, so happy to have you and have a good night too. Have a good night. Have a good rest and hi to your family. Okay, so guys, I'm getting a heart. I'm left with one person. Is that Liam? Is it you? Or is someone who has just popped in? I'm happy for those persons who came on. Liam, you don't have to feel any way, or whoever is there. Because not every time we are able to contribute. Sometimes we are just able to look or, do what we can. Nobody's telling anybody to go and put themselves into any expense for any institution because the cultures are different. In some cultures, they accept donations for their institutions, and in some cultures, they don't. It's unheard of. You can't give that. It's not talked about. It's not accepted. So I guess when the countries are not so up to par with finance, then that's what happens. That's what happens. When I come back to the live in a few minutes, I'll be exiting. So we share what we have to share, and we encourage each other to give a contribution that in whichever way they can and whenever they can. Nobody's holding a stick up anybody's head to force them to contribute to any alma mater because it may not be possible. Financially, it may not be possible for you to do it. All right? And some people give plaques, they buy plaques and give it. Whatever, if you don't have to give, the fact is you don't have to give. So I think I'm just hanging on to a few more minutes in case I don't want to end the live too quickly or abruptly and see if others will show up. All right? I'm just hanging on a little bit more. Maybe add a little lively interaction there. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm almost at the point now. In a couple minutes, I'm going to allow whoever comes on to text write whatever they're writing, so I can read it and acknowledge the person. So I'm just trying to hang on for a few more minutes. I don't even know what time really it is right now, but just a few more minutes. And then we all take our leave. But sometimes you have persons, when I'm about to make my exit, that's the time some people come in. Some people come on late, but it's time now. I'm not expecting much persons to come on. All right? Lion, you're still here, but I'm not hearing anything from you. I'm not hearing anything from you. What do you want to say? I'm still hanging on a few minutes more. And then I'm going to allow you to take your which state are you in? Which country are you in, Liam? I saw a Liam. I didn't see Liam G. I see that's for Gaffrey. I saw Gaffrey, but I don't know if it is you. I went on the person's channel because I didn't see the name as you have it, so I don't know if it's you or somebody else. So I want to acknowledge you on it, but I couldn't. Do you do live too, Liam? Do you do live? Okay. Well, I'm trying to I'm hanging, hoping that I don't want to deny anybody from making a point. As I was speaking all along, so I want to see somebody else make a point so I can acknowledge a point as well. So it's not like, okay, okay, have a good night, Liam. So I'll still hang on and all the best and have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Still have somebody on. Let's see who could be. It's not J-Bud or Dominic. It's nice of some people to check in. They can't stay long, but they check in, and that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. You know, we give everybody support, assist people so they can feel worthy. Nam Ben, of course I remember you. I have not been able to find you. Nam Ben, did you tell me that you have a channel? Because I try to look for people's channel, but I don't know. Do you have a channel, Nam Ben? I don't think you do yet. When you do, I will um I will subscribe because you have always been coming on my channel. How are you doing? How was your day today? You know, we're going down in today. Oh, you don't post. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, you're not ready. I remember you said that. How is it working out now when you're on your live? Are you still having any problem from your brother with the music? It's working out better for you now? I hope they don't take down. Well, I don't think you do anything foolish for them to take down the channel, right? I know that you're a serious person. You're a serious person. We were talking about giving donation to their persons giving donation to their alma maters, right? Meaning that alma maters really refers to schools that you have gone through, or colleges or university, and you would have been there, and you would have benefited from the institution. And now that you have left and you're adult, you're working your own salary. I was trying to find out if persons really think of giving back something to their alma mater, to their school, because sometimes these schools are colleges are so they need a little assistance, and it all depends on what they need. So you wouldn't really go about giving everything. What you'd probably do, maybe you could call the school first, find out if there's a teacher that you admire or you want to give a plaque for the school or what they are doing at the school, or you want to donate some books or some pencils or something, you know. You would just take up yourself, just carry things like that. You have to make some communication before. And if it is agreed on, they let you know. And then, you know, they like to have everything on the camera and all of that to publicize in the media that you had. But you're not just going to do it because you want publicity. You're doing it, yes, to assist the institution. That's the purpose of doing it. And then now, those persons who attend the institution after you would have benefited because maybe at the time when you were there, you'd have been benefiting from persons who were there before you. So if everybody after a period of time able to contribute something to further develop the school, right? Then it would have been good for new students coming in. So a period of time, something can be done, maybe some extension, maybe they assist with some graduation or something. Maybe they go back and give their time. Maybe they go back as a guest speaker or address a function. So many different things. right? So many different things. Or they can offer scholarships to person. But you know, all of that depends on how well you're able to fund it. So you won't just take up yourself and put yourself into any expense that you cannot manage, right? But I was just trying to find out how well persons try to relate. You know, when you say I went to this elementary school or I went to that high school, or I don't want anybody to know that I went to that place, that means that you had bad experiences. And I guess that is why some persons don't really go back to those institutions because they had bad experiences. So they tried to avoid it. They don't go back there. And they will even see some of those persons on the road and I'll drive past them and don't look at them, meet them in the stores. They don't look at them because they really made their time bitter. Right? So that's how I'm looking at it. Giving back to an institution that had helped to mold you into who you are today. And whatever we have can't be too much because we always have persons who are less, lower than us. But nobody says nobody should push themselves over the limit to give anybody anything. That's not the point. The point is just trying to contribute. Maybe take you 20, 30 years before you can do something, right? Because what you're going to do is to really benefit persons who have been attending the schools, right? Maybe they have a school feeding program. Maybe the persons they don't have any money to pay for their exams or something, you know. Your presence is felt by giving a contribution. And some persons have it, you know, but some don't. Some don't have it to give, so they cannot put out themselves to give anything. They have to keep quiet. Sometimes they are sad, sometimes they just don't have it. You know, and the worst when you're far away from the institution. That makes it even more difficult. Makes it harder. So guys, that's how I've been looking at it. So if it's possible and persons can give back to their alma mater, they can. It's not possible. They don't have to wear it like a heavy weight on their heads. All they need to do is just say, well, if I was able to, I would well, you can just call the school up one day, hi, and somebody answer. I'm a past student of the school and I've been thinking about the school. How is it going? We'll have a conversation. And from there on, you'll be surprised what can happen. You know, surprise can be there for what can happen. We don't know how things work. We don't know. We don't know. Right. So, I want to just remind everybody, those who have not subscribed, I have two persons here keeping my company. You see that, guys, I prove this thing, you know. You see, whenever I try to leave and I see somebody I don't want to go, and that is why I was saying to myself, let me just hang on a little, hang on a little. So, then because I thought, no, they've gone, because they see that I'm going to be going off in another couple seconds. So, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. And please watch the video and turn on your notification bell so that whenever I put out a new live or a video, you're there to see it, and put the notification bell on all. So it means that everything that I publicize, you get it first, right? But if you put it on the different levels, so you will not know. And that's why some people don't come on, because they don't pay attention to how they should set the notification, right? The one that says all, that's the one you should put it on. So subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and tell everybody about Auntie D TV, right? And I think we had a good time tonight. Some persons may not have been able to be on, but I'm happy for those who came. I know I started a little bit late, but I try to variate the timing to see how well persons can fit in. I did it today, and it was really good. But you have different hours, different timing. So whatever it is, let us give thanks for small mercies, and let us be thankful to the man up above who helped us to be here and to be able to carry through tonight's program. Now, I'm going to wish you, whoever is coming on now, a good night and God bless. And see you in my next video and on my next live. Bye.